Yo, that's an
Yeah,
interesting case study, right? Let's just pause for a second because I want to think about this a little bit. For the longest time, motherfuckers were trying to tell me that, like, you have to go do this and you have to go do that. And a lot of
yeah,
times, people were trying to convince me that going and doing a 5 minute open mic everywhere was the best use of my time. And personally, I didn't believe it was. I thought the internet would be a better use of my time. And in
same here.
2021, I feel like the internet was a really good use of my time. And not to say
Facts.
that there isn't other grinds, because all of you out there with there's 1,000 other grinds. I know there's 1,000 other grinds, and everybody has the grind that's perfect for them and all that bullshit. I get
Right.
it. The streets has value, and there's lots of
Yes.
people who can pull that off. I am
Yes.
trash at that grind. I'm real good at the internet grind.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And I'm kind of right there with you, bro. Like,
But here's the difference. Your shit was popping without shows and shit. Like, you were actually doing a lot while Cats in my city was performing at empty bars. And that's an
so
interesting fucking thing to me, right? And I'm not trying to diss anybody in my city. I'm not trying
no,
to diss anybody. I'm saying
no,
to
no.
me, it's just an interesting angle that you were able to actually capitalize on the internet, kind of ignoring maybe conventional wisdom. And I'm kind of saying this because it was 2021 and conventional wisdom's a weird thing. Like DJ Bobby Payne, I know who that is because he's on Twitch. He made
Mm,
himself available, spinning, sounding fucking wonderful on the internet. Follow DJ Bobby Payne, everyone. He's fucking fire.
might have to do that.
And but the guy is like there, and he made himself available regardless of anything else because the times made it happen. And instead of being like a dude that like didn't do that, he did it. And now I know who he is, and I'm able to say his name in the chat. And I say this because there's just unfortunately some cats that it's a little harder to convince to maybe approach things a little differently. So when I hear
Yeah.
you tell a story that is, when I think about it, like, yo, you did your first video in 2014, but meanwhile, you did a bunch of performing, you just put your shit together, but you ended up taking, plus you're in a different place than other places. Maybe, how's the ecosystem in this era? Like, what is the live scene like in Baltimore throughout, let's say, that 2010 to 2014 period?
It's close knit. I started, so that's crazy. I started performing in 2014. And that was when I did the next project. I did Broken Nights. That was me and a homie from that I went to college with, Kami Beats. He made all the beats, and I put that project out. I started performing then because I put that project out. I went back to coast, won again, finished like I think I finished 10th that time, and that time I actually was sponsored. Like they sponsored the tape that time. Like they put me in the magazine and everything. So then I was like, all right, I need to start performing now because I'm, you know what I'm saying, I'm getting all this stuff together. And not to mention my son was, was born. So
That's a big
I,
thing.
yeah, man. So I was like, yo, I need to start doing more stuff. And my fiance, like at the time, I put the outsiders out. She was pregnant, but she was just like, I was like, yo, I should be focused on this. And she was like, she looked at me dead in my face, was like, if you stop, I will kill you. You need to continue to do what you're doing. So I was like, all right, cool, And so he was born. I put that project out and I was like, all right, yeah, I need to start doing more shows and stuff.
Mm.
So um
Yo,
yeah,
you know what's crazy is so many people talk about because I don't have kids, but like so
yeah,
many people like when you're talking about the shit I had kids to shit I know I had kids, they act like kids ends your life. And when I talk to
yeah,
people
no.
who have kids, they're all like, "Bruh, that's when it started."
That's when it starts. No, it's a fact. It's a whole fact. You really learn a
I'm
lot.
saying that with my girlfriend watching.
You learn a lot. You learn a lot when you have them. You learn a lot, and you learn. You know what I'm saying. You understand patience. You understand tolerance. You understand um, value. You
Mm.
understand loyalty. You understand a lot when you have kids. Like it teaches you a lesson, and while you're teaching them, it's like a beautiful trade and transaction, bro. So when he was born, I was like, all right, I got to get out here and go get this bread. So I started probably performing. Like I said, the year he was born, I performed. I just started performing. I was like, all right. So I was going out to the open mics. Now, to answer your question, seems pretty crazy. We got all kinds of venues all over the state, especially all over our city. A couple that were couple venues that were like popping. Like I know a couple venues eventually got shut down. As of now, I mean, not just because of COVID, but even before then, like few venues got shut down. But we got some nice places to perform here. You know what I'm saying? And like a lot of the major acts go to a place we got called Soundstage. They go down there. It's downtown Baltimore. They go down there and they tear a show down. They can fill up the whole. It's a club and like a stage. Like you can get drinks or whatever from the side, go up, get your beer, your cup or whatever, and you watching the people perform for real. So they have a lot of nice venues. We got a lot of nice venues. Impact Hub.
So I guess the
Um,
glass ceiling in Baltimore breaks at a certain point.
yeah, for sure, for sure.
Why
Because
don't you just, because, we don't know, okay, maybe they know. I don't know that much about Baltimore's hip hop history. So at what
mhm.
point does it break? Tell us a little bit about the journey of Baltimore's hip hop and its significance,
I
some of the
mean,
highlights at least.
well, there was King Los. He was signed to P Diddy's label Bad Boy. At one point. We had Comp, like I said, that was in about 0405. He was signed to Def Jam at one point. This song's, I think he did a song with Ghostface, if I'm not mistaken. It was really good. Um, but he kept he even after that situation, he kept they both of them, you heard, Los is all over the place. He even battled
So
Head
you
Ice.
just so that you know, you topped my boy Ismail that King Los was from Baltimore just now. So you see there's
He didn't know that?
value in all that. No, I didn't know that.
Really? No, because he says it in like a lot of stuff.
Yo, dude, I was Googling where fucking Maryland was at the start of this because I couldn't
That's true.
remember
That's
where
true.
it
That's
was.
true.
Like
But
I know the
I thought that was
Canadian shit a little better.
I mean, I'm not even shitting on you because I understand. You in a whole different country. But my whole
Yeah.
thing is, I thought it was common knowledge because he always talks about it. But yeah, he's from Baltimore. He was
He
from what I heard, he was another person I wanted to at one. I did a song with him. I'm sorry, I forgot. Yeah, me and Ron James did a song with him. In 2019, 2020, it was last year, last February, we did that song on Valentine's Day. We did a song called Myself with King Los. But yeah, he blew up. I remember he was terrorizing the streets, freestyling and all of that. And then Diddy picked him up. Like I said, there was Comp. I told you I already, well, I mean, you said for hip hop, so, but I already talked about Drew Hill. Yeah, I mean, there was that. Take Cobain. That was a little more recent. When he did the Bankroll remix. Yeah, a couple people. President Davo, I know he was talking about. I think he was about to get signed too from here. President Davo.
Do you feel?
Um,
I just have a quick question on this. Do you feel that like having this kind of hype and shit got more people invested in the local scene?
yeah, for sure. Yeah, because I think what happened, I think like a lot of people, and I think that's not just here. I think there's a couple places where like you see people start getting popularity or doing their own thing on the net, and they just eventually like they were like, all right, we need to start looking into cities we haven't looked into before, and I think that's why you hear more stuff. Like I mean, over time, it was the same with everywhere else. Like New York started everything, but it was over time. It was like that with California, with Texas, with Florida, with the Midwest, all kinds of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm.
but I think with more obscure states, I guess I'll say obscure. I mean, because that's not states that aren't necessarily in the public eye as much as they should be. They started looking toward more towards that because of the internet. Because, like you said, with the internet grind and everything going, you know what I'm saying, the way that
So I
it is.
wonder if it's like kind of circular though, right? So
Yeah,
you have a place like where you're at where maybe the attention isn't already being given correctly,
right.
right? So
Yeah,
you're kind of almost forced into the internet a little bit more. And I
yeah,
know for me that's part of it. Like I'm an English rapper in Montreal. So already it's, a little different. And I'm not that social and whatnot. So I ended up going down this internet path, honestly, because I wanted to not get out of Montreal in a literal sense, but
yeah,
expand beyond Montreal. And I was like, yo, the internet lets me, like, talk to people like that I don't live here. That's nifty.
Yeah.
And I met a guy in LA and he started telling me shit. Like, I found out that like LA is like 95% hood and 5% what I see on TV. And I'm like, wait,
Bro.
what? That's what
Yeah.
it is? And I,
Yeah.
you don't think about that when you're like
Yeah.
here because you just see the TV.
Yeah.
And then, like the homeboy Lindell, I don't know if he's still with us, but he's in Florida. And
Okay.
that's like crazy. It's like this guy's been like riding on the channel, commenting, sharing his journey, and it's like, yo, the internet is just
Shout
like
out to
this
him.
gift.
Yeah.
Even like,
Salute.
just to that end, like fucking Merker. I don't think I've met
Yeah.
Merker in real life, but we had an amazing long ass, just under but not quite 4 hour chat on the channel recently. It was
Yeah.
wonderful. He's in the
You.
city, and I never got the chance to meet him.
Hey,
Like
man.
that's just kind of but the internet allowed us to connect over these times, so that's kind
Yes.
of why I'm going there with it, because I think it's just a fascinating tool, especially because I'm not at a place where I feel like that shine is where it should be. Not that there isn't shine, and I think there's so much shit that Montreal has done that we got to put on the internet so that we can
Yeah.
get that shine. That's why
Right.
we're doing this channel and journey and shit.